Hi there, Scorpio. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your reading. Back with me again, Anisa from the nosy. So this is going to be your love general messages. The format is going to be you versus them. I'm going to be pulling card about who is it that we're going to be talking about today, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and advice by the end of the session, okay? Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so the roles might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you at all. If this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me. And don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign, all right? So let's do it, Scorpio. Scorpio, so the persons in which we're going to be talking about today, their energy, they have the Ace of Swords in upright position, they have the Four of Swords in reverse, and they also have the Four of Wands in upright position. I feel that this person, you know, in the past, this person went through like series of denial where they feel that, you know what, like I just don't want to think about these connections. I just want to give it a rest. I don't want to be anxious about it. I kind of like wants to clear my mind and etc. But I do feel that they're unable to do so. Now, now they're thinking, instead of me avoiding or being in denial about like, I can't stop thinking about Scorpios and all of that, how about we are going to set our mind straight and just believe in the fact that I do like the companionship aspect of the connections between me and Scorpio. Now, right now, this person is actually remembering the good part of the connection. You have the Four of Wands in here. When things were so good, when things were passionate, when things were like you guys are kind of like celebrating, you know, the connections and etc. They're really in thinking heavily about the good connections or the good part of the connections here. So Scorpio, your challenges here is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and you also have the Justice in upright position. One of the main challenges in this connections, I believe, is the circumstances. It's either work gets in the way, it's either there's a long distance here, it's either family gets in the way, whatever that may be. But it seems to me as if like circumstances is not really supporting this connections until becoming something that is, you know, to come into fruition. And the second one, you have the Justice here. So it's either you might be dealing with a Libra that is being a bit difficult. If you guys are dealing with a Libra, I think the circumstances is much more difficult than if you were to be dealing with any other signs. But, you know, with the Justice card here in upright position, in your challenge also tells me that one person in this connections is still feeling a bit resentful. We're going to clarify what that is later on, okay? But one person in this connection is feeling very resentful. And when Justice is either in reverse or in a challenge position, it's a bit scary, to be honest with me, for me, because when Justice is in a proposition, it's like, I give you something, you give me something back. It's like the score is even, 1-1, okay? However, if it's in a challenge position, it's more about like, you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you until I feel satisfied to see you hurt. So we're gonna clarify who has this energy. However, let's talk about the past now, okay? From this person's side, this person has the Ten of Cups in reverse and also the King of Pentacles in upright position. From your side, you have the Nine of Swords and also the Magician in upright position. I feel that you want the happily ever after with this person, right? And this person does want it too. However, especially if you guys are dealing with an Earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this person is not really, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this person does not really care about the emotional aspect of the connection. What they care about is that I'm going to be here, possibly pay the bills, or I'm just going to be, you know, doing the practical thing of the connection, but not so much investing in the emotional part. Whereas emotional part of the connection is very important, right? Like they're not really into giving you the assurance that you're looking for. They don't really make you feel loved. And I do feel that this is something that you felt in the past. This was you, the Nine of Swords in upright position. You were questioning like, okay, how does this person actually feels about me? Because I don't feel it, you know, I don't see it. Even if this person loves me, I don't see it. I don't feel it. I don't feel loved. I don't feel beautiful. I don't feel assured. I don't feel like this person appreciates me for the emotions. Well, that's because this person in the past was not really invested in, it's more about like, they're not very emotional type of person. it's not that they don't care about it. It's more about it's not their strongest fort. Okay, and I understand you as a Scorpio, you want to go deep with emotions. You want to explore the emotional aspect of the connection. Something in which this person just is not their strongest fort. Okay, so in and now they have the Fool card in upright position and also the Moon card. From your side, you have the Ace of Wands in upright position and also the Star card in upright position. I feel that in and now, again, because I'm doing these readings ahead of time, so the now can be literally right now, or it could be, you know, soon. You guys are going to be chasing after your dreams. You guys are going to be chasing after your aspirations, you know, anything that got to do with your own sense of fulfillment here, okay? You want to go with your goals. This person does have like a lot of questions inside their mind. But again, as I was telling you earlier, instead of denying, instead of running away from thinking about it, running away from thinking about the solutions of the connections, I feel that this person right now is braving themselves up so that they could take a giant leap of faith towards this connection one more time. However, let's get into the future, okay? So before we clarify the present moment, I want to pull a future card for you. Emperor, Two of Cups in upright position. Let's see from your side, Scorpio, Five of Cups in upright position, and the Six of Pentacles in upright position. That's very interesting because I do feel that in the future, this person is going to be taking much more actions, okay? And then the thing that was lacking in this connection, which was the emotional aspect, you're going to be receiving it in the future. However, there's something here that is still making you a bit sad, and I think it has a lot to do with you feeling that this person is being emotionally selfish. So it's always about their feelings. There's something here that's just lacking. We're going to clarify what those are, okay? But I do feel that you're going to give this connections. I mean, you have the Six of Pentacles, so yeah, you might give this relationship another try. For those of you who are single and ready to mingle and you're just done with this past person, I feel that it's either right now you guys are dealing with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or in the future, there might be someone new coming in towards you. So let's clarify the present moment first, okay, Scorpio? Let's see the Fool card first. Magician, Ace of Pentacles in upright position, and the Page of Cups in upright position. This person is missing, you know, it's funny because they're not providing you with the emotional assurance that you're looking for, but I do feel that in the past, you guys did give them that. You know, you make them emotionally assured that you're in love with them. However, it wasn't really reciprocated, and I feel that in and now they're kind of like missing that aspect of yours. So I feel that in and now, again, if it hasn't happened already, it's going to happen like really, really soon, where they're going to try to manifest, you know, these connections from happening again, simply because they're missing your emotional assurance towards them. Let's see the Moon card in upright position here. Hierophant, the Star card, and also the Two of Wands in upright position. They're now, okay, I think in and now they're kind of like much more strategizing, because for them, you know, being in a relationship or being in a traditional commitment with you is one of their biggest wish fulfillment. This person is also kind of like still heavily observing you, either stalking or watching or trying to find out information about you. They're kind of like strategizing right now, okay? So let's see the Ace of Wands from your side. Queen of Cups in upright position, Death card, and also the Six of Swords in upright position. I feel that in and now, again, if it hasn't happened already, it's going to happen like really, really soon, where you guys are going to be so done with being this Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups is an understanding type of person, right? I feel that you guys were given so much background story to these connections to a point where you're gaslighting yourself. In a way, let me give you an example. Let's say, for instance, this person doesn't give you the emotional assurance that you're looking for, and you guys are going to be given like a background story. Well, okay, it's okay. It's okay for them to not do that. Maybe because they're having like a lot of problems at work, or maybe because, you know, they have a bad family history, whatever. You're giving background stories towards this person's shitty behavior. And I feel that in and now, you're going to be done doing that, okay? You're going to move on, slowly move on to calmer water here, Scorpio. So let's clarify the Star card here. Empress, the Chariot, and also the Nine of Pentacles in opposition. Some of you are going to be dealing with either a Taurus, Libra, or a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If not, then I think most of you are kind of like, you would have like wishes about like, what is it? Because Empress is a Venus rule card, and it does talks about like, what do we find pleasing to us? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have like a newer taste or new aspirations for the taste that you would want to acquire. So say, for instance, suddenly all of a sudden you're into cars, or you're into houses or decorations of houses or whatever that may be. And I also see some of you kind of like making like a mood board for the things that you're trying to manifest here, but you're going to be focusing a lot more on that, like what type of life you would like to create for yourself, so that it's pleasing for you. For those of you who are with Venus and Sagittarius, for instance, you probably are going to be looking at new educations, or you probably are going to be looking at new travels, you know, something like that. Okay, so now let's clarify the future, Scorpio. Let's clarify this Emperor here, and what is this person doing that makes you so sad? Four of Wands in opposition, Two of Pentacles in opposition, and the Judgment. Let's see the Two of Cups, Knight of Swords, Hermit, Six of Pentacles. Let's see from your side here, Five of Cups, Ten of Cups. Let's see the Six of Pentacles. It's interesting. Okay, so Emperor clarified by the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles in opposition, and also the Judgment. It almost seems to me as if like this person would like to fast track these connections to a point where it's just good again. Okay, they don't want to be dealing with the consequences of how they made you feel, and I feel that this is something that you would like to discuss. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a little bit of a dismissive attitude coming from this person. You need to be aware of this, Scorpio, because I think you need to manage your expectations when it comes to those connections, or you're going to have to establish your boundaries when it comes to that. It's just the two. Like, do you want this person? If you want this person, then manage your expectations or you establish boundaries. But if you don't want, then just bye-bye. Okay? So, but yeah. This person wants to fast track it. This person just want to have, like, let's be goody-goody again. Let's be okay again. I miss the companionship aspect of this connections. I miss the good part of the connection where everything was fun. Everything was the Four of Wands. We could celebrate it. Maybe we could go to public together, and etc. But don't bring instabilities. And you might feel a bit dismissed when you're trying to talk about what happened in the past and trying to talk about your expectations, because this person is going to be accusing you of like, I don't want to argue right now. Why are you arguing right now? We're having fun, like that kind of like thing. But I get it from your perspective because it's an issue for you. You know, it's like this person is invalidating your emotions. But you have to remember, Scorpio, that your emotions and your emotional needs and securities are valid. Okay? Don't let anyone think that you are needy. Don't let anyone think that you are argumentative. No, your emotions are valid. And I know because here, with the Five of Cups here clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and also the Five of Swords in opposition, you come from a good point when you come from a good place when you're trying to talk about emotions. What happened in the past, how could you solve it, etc. You come from a good place because you want to build this Ten of Cups. So from this person's side, they have the Two of Cups clarified by the Knight of Swords in opposition, the Hermit card in opposition, and also the Six of Pentacles in opposition. Anytime this person you would like to talk to them about, let's say, your needs or what happened in the past and so on and so forth. Dismissive. Just dismissive. Why you want to argue? We're having a good time. Let's talk about now. Let's not talk about the past. But, you know, it's important for you. So, from your side, you have the Six of Pentacles in opposition, clarified by the Two of Swords, the Three of Wands in opposition, and also the Ten of Pentacles in opposition. You will be investing into it, Scorpio, but I feel that at some point you're going to deactivate. You're going to be pulling your emotions out of the equation, and you are going to think it from a smarter point of view. Because I feel that in the end of it, you guys are looking for a life story, not just a love story. And this result is going to differ from, you know, all of you. But I think you're going to be judging this person based off of like, okay, this person doesn't make me happy emotionally, yeah. But what does this person bring to the table? You're going to be looking at it from that perspective instead of like the emotional aspect of it. And again, the decision is up to you. We still haven't seen it here. But one thing that I need to warn you, okay, is like, do not fall in love with your expectations. Because I do feel that for some of you, you'd be like, okay, you know what? This person doesn't really make me emotionally happy in the now, but I do see the potentials of them in the future. Maybe they would change to become a more emotionally available person. That is where you're going to F up, okay? No, we fall in love with the reality of how it is now, not the future, okay? Because how you feel right now is how you're going to be feeling 5 years from now. Because if you're expecting change, if you're doing things just because you're expecting change, you're fighting a long lost battle, honey. Okay, so let's pull some advice card for you here, Scorpio. Two of Pentacles in upright position, the Moon card in upright position, and also the Five of Pentacles in upright position. Ask yourself, Scorpio. Ask yourself this year, in 2022, how many times have you been taking care of yourself? In 2022, how many times have you looked at yourself in the mirror and asked, how am I feeling right now? What do I want? And entertain yourself. Because this is what you've been doing all along. Two of Pentacles, putting on a show. You know that you watched the movie Titanic where everybody's dying and then there are people playing the violins? This is exactly how it looks like. Okay? You're entertaining people who are gonna like sink. You're helping people out. People with mysteries, trying to understand their point of view, trying to love people who needs your help. But where does that leave you? Here? The Five of Pentacles? This is how you feel? Why is it that I give so much to people, but they give so little to me? Every time people need me, I was always there. But every time I need people, where are they? So this is more about like a reflection type of advice. How many times this year have you fully been taking care of yourself? Because I feel that that Scorpio inside of you really need you to take a good look at him or her and start loving them the way that you would love other people. Okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Scorpio. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for, and I hope you have a great week ahead. All right, bye-bye. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye. Love you.